Birnbeck Pier, built in 1867, stood defiantly against storms, harsh weather, neglect, and has fallen into disrepair and decay. There's been zero maintenance done on it for the past 40 or 50 years. It's not even seen a paintbrush, I don't think. But now, there may be hope. Or, there may not be any hope. Let me explain. Birnbeck Pier is a Grade 2 listed building, and it deserves to be restored fully so that all the local residents and visitors, they can all come down and enjoy it. North Somerset Council, which are the local council in this area, they've got an aspiration to restore the pier, which incidentally is the only pier in the United Kingdom to go from land onto another piece of land. It goes onto a little island, Birnbeck Island. And to be fair to them, they've done really well. They've purchased it from the previous owners, who was a property development company. And I think they was just waiting for it to fall down so they could build luxury flats and casinos on the end. But that never happened. As the local council have bought the pier, they've received money for redevelopment. There's a £20 million grant from government, but that's to develop this whole area. They've also received £5 million from the National Lottery. So even if you took all that money together, £25 million, which, as I said, the 20 million from government is not for the pier, it's for the pier and all the surrounding areas. The money in total is not enough. I'll give you a little example. The Grand Pier in Weston Super Mare, when it burnt down, I think it was in 2008, it cost over £30 million to rebuild. And the damage on that wasn't anything like as extensive as it is on Birnbeck Pier. So back in 2008, if they spent £30 million on restoring that, we're now in 2025. And I'm not a maths genius, but I can see there's a bit of a problem. So in 2025, the total amount of money available, potentially, I say potentially, £25 million. When you look at the state of the dereliction on this pier, it's just not going to be enough. So I can see at some point the money's going to run out. The pockets are going to be empty. The bit of money down the back of the sofa, that's going to disappear as well. There's going to be nothing left, and you're going to have a half-finished pier project. I would imagine there'll be legal battles as well. It always seems to happen on big projects, where there's loads of money thrown at it. The contractors and the people paying the bills, they end up falling out over this and that. Everybody's got the same aim. Everybody wants to see the project done. The contractors, they want to get paid, obviously. The local council, whoever's commissioning the works, they want to see the works is done on a reasonable budget. I can see this whole thing falling apart at some point. I really want to see this project succeed. The lifeboat house to be rebuilt and lifeboats to be able to launch again. But I get the feeling there's not going to be any winners. It's all going to come to a grinding halt. So why am I so pessimistic? I shouldn't be. I think it's an absolutely wonderful thing that so much money is going to be spent on this beautiful pier. The reason I'm pessimistic is because that this is done by the council. There's a lot of bureaucracy involved. If this pier was owned by Amazon or Apple, I could see this getting done. There'll be less bureaucracy involved, and there'll be less red tape, because nobody'd be arguing. They'd have one goal. They'd have loads of money to throw at it, and they'd complete the restoration. Hello, old people trying to park. I wonder how they're going to get on. He's going forward, backwards. Oh, hope you don't bump into my car. Fair play. At least I'd have had him on camera. Where was I? If this pier was owned by, as I said, Amazon or one of these big corporations, I could see the job getting done and getting done well. I don't have any faith in local government, unfortunately. So the reason I'm making this video is that I want to look back on this at some point in the future and be proved wrong.